Learn how to more effectively manage your emotions. That's what we're going to talk about in today's video. In fact, this video is one part of a 3-part series on managing your emotions. Now, of course, there are several pieces to being able to do this effectively, but the piece that we're going to talk about today is managing the kind of influence you keep in your life. Now, before we get any further into it, I'd like to take a moment to thank today's sponsor of this video, which is BetterHelp. That's Better, H-E-L-P, which is an online counseling service available to people worldwide. When you use BetterHelp services, you get access to more than 20,000 therapists. They'll assess your needs and match you with your very own professional therapist. Now, BetterHelp, it's not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It's professional therapy done securely online. Now, as you probably know, if you've ever searched for a therapist in your area, sometimes it takes weeks or even months to get a call back. But with BetterHelp, you can start communicating in as little as 48 hours, and you always have the option to message your therapist at any time. BetterHelp is an excellent professional resource if you're struggling with managing your emotions, which brings me back to our topic, managing your emotions through controlling the influence you have in your life. This is all about what are you allowing to consume your time, your energy, your thoughts. There are so many things around you that are having influence on you that you're probably not even aware of or thinking about. But the truth of it is, what and who we put ourselves around has a major control on how we think and how we feel and even how we behave. If you want to have better control of yourself, you've got to have a little more control about what you allow into your environment. Do you put yourself around people that are negative? We've all had someone in our life who's always down, depressed, in a crisis, something is always wrong, or maybe they're always jealous of you, so they put these little backhanded remarks in, or they're always sort of tearing you down. They make you feel bad, either with their energy or with their insecurities. It is absolutely amazing how much influence the people around you have. Did you know studies even show that your income will be the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with? I mean, that's how powerful this stuff is. You can be working hard day and night to do all the other things we talk about in this series, like manage your thoughts and your behaviors and all that other stuff. But if you have a lot of negative influence, guess what? It's going to pull all that down and make it really hard to accomplish your goals. Have you ever heard the saying, like, you are what you eat, as in the nutrition that you put into your body has so much to do with how your body functions and works? Well, think about the friendship thing that way as far as influence, right? You are as healthy emotionally as the connections that you keep. Do you have people in your life that are just not headed in the same direction as you are? They're maybe involved with things that you don't want to be involved with. Have you outgrown some of the relationships that you have? Now, I know with family, it's not always easy to stay away from, right? There are some situations we have to put ourselves in, like there's sometimes we have to be around co-workers and family events, but we can limit that interaction, and we can definitely limit how much space in our head we allow it to have. You literally take on the energy of the people around you. It's like a magnetic force. You can't help it. I know you've felt this before. Like if you've ever been around someone who's really anxious, like just sitting near them makes you anxious, right? Their energy transfers over to your energy. Now, sometimes that energy is really strong and you can actually feel it happening, and other times it's just more subtle, and when you're around it every day or really, really regular, you don't even pay attention to that energy anymore. But it is still affecting you. If you want to be more successful in your career, then you've got to surround yourself with people who are more successful in their career. If you want to be a better athlete, you've got to surround yourself with athletes that are better than you. If you want to get off drugs and alcohol, you have to surround yourself with people who either don't use drugs and alcohol or have gotten themselves off of drugs and alcohol. If you watch this channel because you're a family member who has a loved one who's addicted, and you're watching this video because you want to figure out how to control your emotions, guess what? You've got to put yourself around people who can either help you do that, like professional people or support groups, or at least just surround yourself with people who help you feel better. The last thing you need is a lot of people tearing you down or hearing a lot of negative stories. It's definitely not going to help. So please be intentional about the friends that you keep. Be intentional about the music that you listen to, the television that you watch, the websites that you go to, the YouTube videos that you watch. And for gosh sakes, manage that social media. Does it help you feel better or does it bring you down? If it brings you down, cut it out, because you're literally undoing all the hard work that you've been putting in trying to work on your mental health and feeling better. This stuff just drags you down. But the good news is it can drag you forward if you'll be strategic about it. You know what we say on this channel? I want you to be 5 steps ahead. It's all about the strategy. Put yourself around people that have qualities or have things in their life that you want to have. And just the sheer magnetic force of being around them is going to help you. But even better than that, when you talk to them and you hear their thoughts, you start to think like them and feel like them. And then next thing you know, your behaviors start to come in line. So please be intentional about the people that you have around. Now, I know you may be watching this video and you may be knowing deep in your heart that there's somebody, or maybe even a few somebodies, that you need to get rid of or not spend as much time with. But you may feel very mixed up about this because you have a long history with this person, or you really do care about them and love them, and so it's hard for you to leave them behind. That is completely understandable. I'm not asking you to be mean to anyone. I'm not asking you to have a big breakup conversation, but you can definitely take some tiny steps to allowing that person to have less influence in your life. And ultimately, if you get yourself better and healthier, you'll have a better ability to help that person if they ever get to the point where they're trying to make some of these changes. Sometimes the hard truth of it is we just outgrow some of the people around us. And I know it's heartbreaking and it's sad, but clinging on to that when you've outgrown it is only going to keep you stuck. Now, if you're really struggling with this and you want it to be better, but you're just not getting anywhere, be sure to check out BetterHelp. I've put the link in the description for you. And using that link will actually get you a little discount. Now, up next, I want you to watch this video because it's about how to more effectively manage your relationships, which goes right along with what we've just been talking about.